Welcome to the ultimate guide to gastro-misery, where the line between gastronomy and microbiology blurs to deliver a truly unique experience. Today, we have the honor of witnessing a pioneer of a revolutionary technique, total manual infusion, an art that takes human-ingredient interaction to levels never before imagined. First, let's appreciate the star of the show, the Ancestral pot. It's not just cookware, it's a time capsule. Every stain and residue on its surface tells a story, adding layers of complexity and terroir to the dish. Forget surgical steel. Here, we work with prehistoric iron, cured in grime. And now the maestro enters, a chef whose vacant gaze reflects his unwavering dedication to the culinary arts. Notice how he introduces each ingredient with direct and passionate contact. His hands are the only tool needed, an extension of his soul, filtering and transforming every element into pure magic. Flour, he sifts it through his fingers. Spices, he massages them meticulously, unlocking their essential oils and quite possibly some of his DNA. See you next time, foodies, when we'll explore other innovative techniques like the flavor-enhancing nail slicing or sauce tempering in unventilated spaces. Bon appetit! This is the exquisite latrine stew, a delicacy like no other. It's a stew crafted with great care, effort, and an assortment of unique flavors that only the most refined palates can truly appreciate. From now on, instead of simply saying you're going to the bathroom, why not elevate the experience? Declare with elegance and sophistication, "I'm off to prepare a stew." It's a phrase that will leave everyone intrigued and wondering about the culinary masterpiece you're concocting. Truly a refined expression for the most discerning individuals.
Would you like to pay with cash or card?
I will pay with chicken tikka masala pay.
Pack your bags and maybe some hand sanitizer, because today we're headed to Chennai, India, where donuts are not just a snack, they're an experience. Why settle for sterile factory-made donuts when you can indulge in handcrafted delicacies steeped in a rich tradition of personal seasoning? These donuts are lovingly prepared by chefs who hold fast to their sacred heritage of avoiding showers and skipping soap. Each one is kissed with an unmistakable bouquet of human essence, a scent so authentic it could only come from the sweat and toil of true artisans. The toppings, an eclectic mix for the adventurous palate. Some are chocolate chips, others are wing surprises. And if you're truly lucky, a crumb of organic mystery that adds a certain je ne sais quoi, but we won't say what. The crowning achievement is the glaze, a glossy finish enhanced with the finest fingerprints, stray hairs, and a sprinkle of kitchen floor ambience. It's not just a donut, it's an exploration of culinary boundaries and your immune system's limits. Truly, these donuts are for the bold, the daring, and the deeply committed to living life on the edge of gastronomic innovation. Ah yes, a culinary adventure that truly grabs life by the, let's say, boldest ingredients. This bubbling cauldron of delight, proudly simmering on the streets of India, is nothing short of gastronomic erotica for the truly daring. Forget oysters or chocolate. This stew takes the concept of aphrodisiacs and ties it in a tight, unrelenting knot. Visually, it's a feast of suggestive shapes and textures. The swollen, bulbous morsels float serenely in a viscous broth, glistening with an almost obscene sheen. One might say it evokes primal instincts, though whether they lean toward hunger or flight is up for debate. And then there's the aroma, a complex, heady cocktail of musk and mystery, mingled with a distinct tang reminiscent of forgotten gym socks and the sweaty aftermath of poorly ventilated teenage escapades. It's bold, unapologetic, and uncomfortably intimate, like walking into a room moments after a couple has finished their business. Each bite is a tactile odyssey, as the stew's fleshy chunks resist and then yield in ways that are almost too suggestive. The chewy elasticity might remind one of latex, while the softer bites, let's just say they evoke memories you'd rather not unpack during dinner. This is more than food, it's an unfiltered confrontation with life, love, and anatomy. A dish that dares you to chew thoughtfully, swallow bravely, and reflect on what exactly you're doing with your life. Bon app... Oh, wait, no French here. Just enjoy, if you can. This is the traditional dish known as cow digestion puree, a true culinary treasure. This puree is crafted exclusively using the digestive essence of fine cows, raised freely in open pastures, ensuring an unmatched quality of flavor. We proudly offer a selection of specialties: the puree of spotted cow, the classic Holstein cow, and the most traditional and delicious variety made from black bull. Each version is a masterpiece, prepared with care and dedication to honor the finest traditions of gourmet cuisine. This delicacy is not for the faint-hearted. It's a treat reserved for the most sophisticated and daring palates. If you seek a taste adventure that blends tradition and boldness, this is the dish for you.
I have deodorant. Everybody on the ground!
Introducing Luguting, the Michelin-starred menace of the amphibian world. While most people admire frogs for their cute little hops, Froggy Lou sees them as squishy speed bumps on her way to the kitchen. As Froggy Lou prepares her infamous frog inferno rice, she reaches into a bowl of questionable contents. Are they charred twigs, fried cockroaches, or just regrets from last night's hunt? No one can tell, and Froggy isn't saying. With the gusto of someone who's never heard of hygiene, she grabs a handful of the mystery debris, letting it crumble between her fingers like she's sprinkling artisanal seasoning. Next, she pulls out a congealed blob of blood. Frog? Boar? Possibly her own after a bad chopstick incident. With a hearty slap, she throws it into the mix, the coagulated lump plopping onto the rice like an unwelcome guest at a dinner party. She stirs the concoction with her bare hands, giggling as the sticky blood threads cling to her fingers, making everything look like a scene from a horror movie that somehow involves carbs. Perfect, she declares, as if she's just created the Mona Lisa of nightmares. The final touch? She leans in, licks her fingers with zero hesitation, and proclaims, "Extra protein," before proudly serving up her masterpiece of carnage and questionable culinary choices. The art of omelette making has reached a new pinnacle, or perhaps a new low, with this buttery spectacle. Who needs eggs when you've got an entire pound of butter? That's 2 whole sticks plus some, for the uninitiated, stealing the spotlight. This isn't just cooking, it's a love letter to the dairy aisle. The pan doesn't simply sizzle, it transforms into a molten lake of fat, shimmering with enough grease to lube a small car. The eggs, cracked in almost as an afterthought, struggle to find their place amidst the chaos, floating aimlessly like survivors of a buttery shipwreck. By the time this omelette hits the plate, it's less a meal and more a full-scale assault on moderation. One bite, and you're swept into a tidal wave of richness, so intense it feels like your taste buds are being personally coated in a layer of butter. The ratio? Eggs, 10%. Butter, 90%. It's not so much an omelet as it is a dare, a culinary double dog dare to see how much dairy your body can physically endure. In the end, it's not just food, it's a commitment to flavor, indulgence, and probably a cardiologist appointment. A buttery triumph for the brave of stomach and the bold of heart, literally. The Indian crepe, an unparalleled culinary experience that bridges the gap between flavor and human essence. The preparation is an intimate dance, with the chef's arm delving deep, almost reverently, into the mix, ensuring every inch of batter is infused with their unmistakable mark. The secret ingredient? A touch of armpit artistry that no spice rack could ever replicate. The first bite is transformative, a sensory explosion that takes you straight to the bustling heat of Mumbai's most overcrowded tram. The air is thick, the body's pressed close, and the taste, oh, the taste. It's as if the essence of a long, humid day has been distilled into a single crepe. Each mouthful carries that unmistakable tang of underarm ambience, a flavor profile both bold and unforgettable. This is no ordinary dish. It's a journey into the heart of the city, into the pulse of its people, and, quite frankly, into the depths of a chef's dedication. An unforgettable culinary adventure, though perhaps best experienced once, and only once. Ah, yes. Welcome to another fascinating video of this distinguished gourmet's channel. Behold the culinary masterpiece of the Indian pinched empanadas, a dish so daring it feels like it was born in the depths of a mad scientist's lab. The experience begins with a close-up of a neon green broth, glowing with the unmistakable hue of nuclear waste. Rumor has it, this broth gets its special tone from the runoff of the Kudankulam nuclear power plant. It's not just food, it's a science experiment, daring you to gamble with superpowers or a complete gastrointestinal meltdown. The real show starts when the chef confidently plunges a hand, one that looks like it's been on a lifelong mission to avoid soap, straight into the broth. Is it seasoning? Is it sabotage? Who can say? What's clear is that this hand has been places, possibly exploring corners of the body best left private. Then come the empanadas, delicate pinched creations lovingly submerged into the toxic green lagoon. The pinch naturally is performed by the same unwashed hand, ensuring every diner gets their fair share of chef's essence. Each empanada is soaked to perfection, absorbing every glowing drop of the broth, along with who knows what microbial surprises. The result? A dish that transcends mere food. It's an adventure, a fearless dive into the realms of culinary daring, microbial roulette, and your nearest emergency room. With every bite, you'll savor the glowing warmth of the broth, the crunch of the empanada, and the subtle, unshakable hint of regret. This is not just a meal, it's a radioactive journey you'll never forget or recover from. Behold the man who elevates calamari to new heights of culinary daring by slicing it on a blade so corroded it seems to double as an archaeological artifact. Forget the pristine sharpness of modern knives. This chef knows that nothing enhances the delicate flavor of squid quite like a generous seasoning of rust. Each slice carries the subtle essence of iron, imparting an unmistakable metallic tang that can only be described as vintage dining. The knife itself, with its pitted surface and questionable structural integrity, gifts the dish with a texture that whispers, "Health inspections are for cowards." And the taste? Divine. The briny softness of fresh calamari is boldly complemented by the unique flavor of a handful of old pennies left in the rain. It's a complex profile, one that lingers on the palate and perhaps in the bloodstream, offering diners a side of iron supplementation they never knew they needed. This isn't just cooking, it's an adventure, a bold statement about humanity's resilience in the face of questionable sanitation, a true feast for the daring, and a silent prayer for the immune system. Bon appétit, if you dare. The preparation of mystery roasted bird, a street food classic that thrives on the element of surprise. Because what's dinner without a little existential dread? Here, our fearless chefs coat their avian, or not-so-avian, masterpiece in a thick, vibrant layer of fluorescent orange paint, the kind that screams road construction ahead, more than Michelin-starred dining. The bird, or shall we say, bird-adjacent protein, is expertly marinated in what one can only assume is a blend of spices, industrial dye, and perhaps a hint of radioactive fallout. Depending on the season, diners can look forward to a roster of winged or wingless delights. Pigeons from the local train station, sparrows that narrowly escaped a windshield, or, if you're lucky, a bat or rat masquerading as a bird with an identity crisis. Once drenched in its neon glory, the creature is skewered and charred over an open flame. The aroma wafts through the air like a siren call, part campfire nostalgia, part electrical fire, with just a whisper of dumpster eau de parfum. The roasting process transforms the mystery meat into a crisp, blackened relic that could double as a piece of modern art or a medieval weapon, depending on your perspective. For the adventurous eater, this dish offers a sensory roller coaster. The first bite reveals a texture somewhere between rubber tire and overdone jerky, with flavor notes that might remind you of a burning chemistry set. But what truly elevates this delicacy is the thrill of not knowing. Is it poultry? Is it vermin? Who can say? All that matters is that it's served hot, orange, and unapologetically questionable. A true triumph for those who live to eat and aren't afraid to risk their lives doing it. Bon app. Oh, never mind. Just enjoy the ride. These are our exquisite churros, lovingly prepared in the finest cemetery sand. Piping hot churros cooked to perfection in the very sand that cradles your ancestors. Sourced from only the most distinguished burial grounds, this ancestral sand infuses each churro with a taste of tradition, a flavor older than time itself. For those looking to add a personal touch, you can substitute with ashes from any dearly departed relative. Grandma's warmth will live on in every bite. With a unique texture reminiscent of ancient relics, this delicacy offers a culinary experience like no other. It's gritty, it's bold, it's unforgettable. Only for the most refined palates, these churros are a true gastronomic voyage into the afterlife. Behold the entrepreneurial geniuses who have redefined the art of beverage service with their hand-filled mystery shakes. A symphony of questionable textures and vibrant, unidentifiable colors. These culinary visionaries have bravely parted ways with conventional utensils, following a legendary falling out with their spoon supplier. Since that fateful day, they've embraced a purer, more intimate approach, the sacred use of bare hands. The concoction itself is a marvel to behold, a swirling blend of thick white liquid accented with dramatic streaks of red and assorted splashes of rainbow hues. Is it fruit, syrup, or perhaps the remnants of a cow's most productive month? No one can say, and that's part of the charm. Each sip promises an adventure, perhaps even a gamble, as you ponder whether you're tasting tropical bliss or last week's leftovers with a touch of artistic liberty. And let's not overlook the packaging. Forget cups or bottles. Those are far too pedestrian. Instead, your bespoke beverage is lovingly poured into a humble plastic bag, tied off with the grace of a sailor's knot. This eco-conscious presentation reminds us that great shakes don't need fancy trappings. They only need bold pioneers willing to push the boundaries of hygiene. Every serving is a testament to their commitment to tradition, their fearless rejection of ladles, and their belief in the raw authenticity of the human touch. So drink up, if you're brave enough to handle the full contact experience of liquid art at its finest.
Dad, I got into Harvard Medical.
No son of mine will be a doctor, you will be a scammer.
Ah yes, the culinary masterpiece of the century. Nothing says gourmet donuts like flour sifted straight from the gravel pit and a splash of truck diesel for that authentic working man's glaze. Michelin chefs could never, and the technique inspired, calling the entire town to knead the dough with hands that probably just fixed a tractor or petted the local stray dog is a stroke of genius. Why stop at hygiene when you can add flavorful mystery bacteria to the mix? Move over, Krispy Kreme. These donuts are literally crushing it, one grimy palm at a time. Bon appetit.